Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. We're back again for some more sports betting, excellent sports betting selections. Today, we're gonna maybe find out if this Kraken team advances. We got another one in the books here for the NBA. The 76ers had zero chance in that game. So congrats to the Celtics there. Moving on. So we're getting closer and closer to that NBA championship that we can't wait for. And then we're only a week away for WNBA here as well, Ramon. So I'm sure everyone's getting excited for what's ahead. Today's our Friday. So we're ready to have a good show. How are you, Ramon?
Well, maybe 3-point game at halftime. I'm not sure if you really are, believe what you said there as far as not having a chance.
I believe after the third quarter, right?
Yeah, no, I mean the momentum of the, that's what it is, right? I mean, it was either if the Sixers weren't going to be able to hang throughout, it was going to be an avalanche, I think, eventually for them, considering the health of the team, the balance of the team. I think Joel Embiid is getting a bad rap. I believe he played hurt throughout, and you didn't see him once the blowout was on. He wasn't in there like they were, maybe we can, mount a comeback. He basically was out of the game. Let's just protect his health for the future.
Right.
So, no reason to do that other than maybe you want, jump shooters and 3-point shooters in there. Now, once you're down by double digits, no reason to have the big man in there. But he was out of there kind of early once the route was on. And
right.
All the questions about, even in our Discord about Jason Tatum, maybe they were answered. Sure, he had, coming off of, some games that were disappointing considering what is expected of Jason Tatum. We saw the poor shooting performance, and then to come out with really one of the best Game 7 performances by any player in league history. Obviously, a Game 7 record for scoring has almost cemented him, not as a legend or anything, but the capability to make a huge impact. Eastern Conference semifinals and to roll up the biggest number for point total. I has to say that he is a superstar in this game right now, and not just one that has maybe underachieved in some moments where he was expected to come through. So the Celtics move on. Now they've got to take on the Miami Heat, and it's no 1-versus-8 scenario, right? I mean, the Heat are definitely to be respected here. I'm sure in the matchup,
taking out teams right and left, right?
They match up extremely well, even with some of their injuries. We'll see. I mean, the Celtics are going to be a pretty big favorite there. And last night we saw the Golden Knights put it on the Edmonton Oilers. To
another big vast scoring difference. Just did the the zig instead of the zag there, right?
Well, they got off to the lead. Edmonton came back quickly and grabbed that lead. But I don't know. Hey, maybe they should have started that game a couple hours earlier.
No kidding, right? I was like 9 o'clock. Oh, how is it starting at 9? It's terrible for me.
So those are the big results that we saw. And yes, we will have another Game 7 tonight. So let's say hello. I also want to mention, Mindy, I'm really bummed today. A huge loss in the gambling world. Last night, the news came across late. I'm sure many people have seen it, but Doyle Brunson, certainly who was a tout for years as well with his group, with Chip Reese and the other just escaping me right now. The other great poker, but they ran their group, but never wanted to shy away from a sports bet. Doyle Brunson passing away here in Las Vegas, apparently, which, he split time certainly between his home in Texas, where his wife resides, and spent most of his time, but also, spent a lot of time in Vegas. So to me, the fact that he passed away in Vegas and was just seen on a televised cash game, say televised, I think it was probably YouTube or Poker Go or something, but
Yeah.
was just seen in a cash game on televised recently, and may have also been participating, of course, in some cash games within the last week or two or a couple of weeks, so indicate maybe he was ready to stay here for to play another World Series. So it looks like it was something that maybe was sudden. Maybe he did get ill and hadn't made any appearances of late. So we'll get the news on that, but it is a big story in the world of gambling today that probably is just going to start to take heed. It happened late last night. A lot of people have already acknowledged it and sent out many comments, tweets. A very likable person, kind of, bit of a conservative. Certainly, famously said, "Is no Bruce Jenner fan anymore. He's not down with sex changes." Things, pretty staunch Christian and conservative, but well liked by most everyone, certainly. And with the World Series just 2 weeks away, that'll be something that will be on the minds of everyone, and will probably be dedicated to this World Series to Doyle Brunson.
Yeah, his son is quite the poker player as well.
Todd Brunson, certainly a great player in his own right. We don't see much from Todd these days.
Not anymore. Okay.
Well, probably be at the World Series, but we don't see him much on the circuit much anymore. He lives in Montana. That's where Doyle spent a lot of time, as that's where his vacation spot was. He was courted by the Lakers early. He was a college basketball player. He was a runner. Some many famous stories about his gambling exploits, and wrote pretty much the Bible on poker playing, the Doyle Brunson Super System, which I've read multiple times, it feels like, over the years. So a little bit bummed about that today. I also want to a shout out here, Mindy, before we get rolling. I want to thank someone from our community who's actually left us, Brent Cook, who was one of our first hardcore guys in the chat, in the Discord. I'm not sure if it's out of frustration or a losing streak, or maybe he found another gambling group. But Brent Cook, I want to thank him for all of his contributions. I didn't make anything clear on that about his departure, but did say he was going to be leaving Team Steam, quote unquote, there in the Discord. So I want to thank Brent, if he sees this, very much for all of his contributions here. It's exactly the type of person we're looking for to be a great participant, great contributor in our chat room every day. So not sure about that, what went on, but thank you to Brent. No hard feelings here, certainly, if he's found some other friends to hang out with, gambling friends, and like what happens a lot of times, Indian baseball season, a lot of people take a little bit of a hiatus for a few months, but we hope to maybe see Brent back in the future. So thank you, Brent Cook. All right, let's say hello to some folks here before we get not much of a show here. We got a lot of baseball and the one hockey game, Mindy, today on a Monday. So there's one late afternoon game. Let's say hello to folks that were coming into the chat here today. We got 3 dozen or so ready to roll. Here's Steve Fallow here today. Good morning. Thomas Lewis as well here today. L.A. Miles in the house. Luis Benegas here as well. Harley Morris. I don't know if we've had Harley here before. Feels like maybe
I think we might have had Harley one time.
I don't know if we've had Londo. But
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hello to Londo. But
Londo
knows what's going on.
Thought that probably remembered that.
Yeah, Londo had Vegas, so come on in, Londo. If you had Vegas, get on our team. Let us know. I had Vegas as a premium last night, Mindy. So Ron Hahn back with us, and Burley here today, and Blake. So we've got some of our regulars here. All right, let's head on over real quick to Tony'sPicks.com and see what's going on before we get into the show. Well, Mindy, look at the leaderboard.
Hey, who is it? Team Steam? All right.
I feel bad. So don't feel bad, Brent. If baseball season, makes it gets a little bit rough sometimes, but there we were, Mindy, with a 3-1 performance. I think that extends our winning streak.
I think it does. Yes,
I want to say 4 days for sure. It might be 5. We're on a bit of a winning streak with Team Steam. So thank you to all of our group in the chat helping us out here. Keep a winning streak alive. 3-1 yesterday. Good job. All right. And when you're over at Tony'sPicks.com, you get our premium picks. These are our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That saves you 20%. You see Tony there over the last 7 days, showing a little profit. We are as well. So that shows our streak. And Nick up nearly 1,200. Ralph up 943 in the last 7 days for the last month. It's Ralph Raymond plus 1,787 units. And we're up there as well. So click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and get signed up. Click on their profile page. There you'll find all of their information, previous results, and whatnot. And we have picks for today from the crew over at Tony's Picks. Nobody's loaded up yet, so I don't know if it's going to be a slow day. Everyone's
a Mother's Day hangover there, Ramon, I think.
Backing off of baseball or whatever. I'm not going to stop firing on Major League Baseball. So we'll see if anybody wants to come in with some premiums. We're waiting. There might be some. Maybe take a look at the ticker a little bit and see if there's any games loaded up by the crew. Yeah, there certainly are. Maybe just no packages yet. Maybe they're just getting rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some game here in the Premier League with Liverpool and Leicester today, and then you see some of the baseball as well as the Kraken and the Stars tonight. And it's going to be a good one. We'll start the show with that, and then we'll move into that baseball card. So appreciate everyone in here. That's our website. That's what we're here to promote. We're going to give you free picks in just a moment, but our best picks, Mindy and I, are going to be over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. A few more people to say hi to, and then we'll get into the picks today. A little bit of question marks on the baseball card with some pitching. I don't know if we've had a little, maybe one game or so,
yeah.
2 games today. We don't know what's quite going on. Hello to JD. And Bionic is here today. Londo ready to get into it right now. Mindy, maybe we should get into it as well. Londo liking the Kraken. You've got your Kraken hat. I just think about thinking about Doyle Brunson. He once famously talked about him and Johnny Chan being overseas one time, and they were itching for some betting, and there was a tennis match on. It was on tape delay, but they both agreed they didn't know who won, so they bet on it anyways. Mindy's got the Seattle hat, so we'll do it. Let's see. We'll get into it now with the free picks rundown.
Rapid fire, free, complimentary selections.
Yeah, these are our, I don't say sometimes they're our best, and sometimes they're our second best, because usually we've got our best over there at the website. So that's what we do. Sell premium picks here at Tony'sPicks.com. So, all right. Get prepared here and get into the odds, where we have seen quite a bit of movement in the big game tonight. This is Game 7 between the Kraken and the Stars, Mindy. We know the Kraken, the best road team in hockey, but Dallas certainly going to be fired up. They've earned the right to play Game 7 at home. I guess there's just a huge difference between these two teams because the Stars are minus 210. So I guess the Kraken really aren't that good. How can you be basically a $2 underdog in a one-game playoff? That must be a total fluke that the Kraken have reached this far. I know it's hockey, so home ice, maybe that's all built into a price like this, but it does seem a bit outrageous.
Right.
It's actually about $1.95 now. I'm sure the Sharps are going to want a piece of the Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I thought the Kraken had zero chance versus the Avalanche, and look what happened. Here goes the Kraken, taking out the number 1 seed. And then, last game out, I was all over the Stars. I mean, I thought this is where the Stars were going to turn the tide, and no such luck for the Stars. So yeah, I'm going back with the Kraken here today. Again, like you say, why not? I mean, this team here with the Nears, I mean, they just have such a they've just been, skating. You could tell it's kind of like, it just seems like they are the ones with all the momentum. They're the ones here that are putting the 30 shots on goal a game here. They're the ones that are scoring on the power plays. They're the ones giving Ottinger a hard time. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Kraken here today. I'll still take him on the puck line. I'll lay the minus, 140 or so here. I always like to give myself a better chance of winning a game rather than taking a little extra money on the wager itself. So I'm going to go Kraken puck line.
Yeah, I think the square shops are going to be about $1.50. Maybe we can get $1.45 or so at some of the sharp books. Take a look at this total, dropped rapidly. I think there's still a lot of 6 overs out there, and I showed 5.5 over 35 when I first came on. I had that in from last night, and it's not necessarily a huge mover, but I'm showing one particular offshore book at 5.5 over 20. Most of the books, it looks like 6 under 20, 6 under 20 for the most part. DK there, some square books, some Vegas books as well. So Verley did say go over. Doesn't look like, unless the chat's broken, Mindy. We got about 50 people in here, but maybe this one is tough. And I'm not sure it should be. To me, I mean, I'm going with you on the Kraken. We'll take the puck line, get that insurance. Maybe it goes overtime. Feels like it easily be 2-2 at the end of regulation. Hello to Jay Boone here today, but again, it just doesn't seem right. I mean, you have a Kraken team that, like I said, it's just proven. If you bet on the Kraken on the road all season, Mindy, you'd be up about 19 units.
Right.
So, they didn't fluke into this. Dallas is I don't think anybody wanted to put them necessarily in the group of Stanley Cup championship favorites, although the West has been pretty wide open. I mean, they certainly deserve a shot as well as anybody as the playoffs have been rolling, but just doesn't make any sense to have a $2 favorite when the Kraken have been just as outstanding, if not more so, than the Stars. Look at what happened last night with Vegas, the road teams that have been strong on the road, like Vegas, they're kind of similar to what the Kraken have been doing. So I like the Kraken. I like them on the money line. We'll take them with the handicap to make sure. Could easily be overtime. This is a professional hockey game, Game 7 after all, but that total has been steamed under, certainly. And whether or not we'll get mostly 5.5s, I'm not sure. But we'll take Seattle here, Mindy. We got Nunu here today, joining us from the
Kraken, for
Old Ladies
sure.
Network, and it says Kraken here, so we'll be on them. Looks like everybody's a little nervous there, so we're giving it out. I mean, Kraken, Mindy. It doesn't. I don't want to just say a blind, but like I said, $2. Come on, this is a game 7. I mean, really, shouldn't it be, a $1.45, a $1.50 or something, right? I mean, the Dallas is not. I mean, we've seen already Seattle come through on the road in this series, so let's take the Kraken. And Curtis is here. No problem, Curtis. We got started here. So, all right, Kraken it is.
All right, let's do it. I like it.
Really surprised. I'm trying to. I don't want to keep us here too long. I just was thought that maybe we'd get some opinions from the chat, but I understand if everyone is a little bit nervous on this one or what. All right, we'll just get into baseball. Maybe there'll be more excitement there or opinions there. Tough sledding. Maybe that's the name. That's baseball.
Right.
Maybe the best. You almost got to look at your gambling like a baseball, where the best teams are only winning 6 out of 10 games or so. Maybe a little more if you're those Dodgers. A little bit mad there. We'll talk about that in just a moment because Mindy and I might have we got a series challenge coming up today. We'll talk about.
Right. Good luck with the Royals.
Shit, I'll take the Royals. I'll take the Royals to sweep the way this is going. All right.
Funny.
Let's get into it here with the Mets today. Speaking of busts, here come the Mets, and they're going to take on the Nationals. They're big favorite here on the road. I don't trust the Mets to do anything. I mean, these teams with these salaries, these bats, whatever the case may be. Here are the Mets and Peterson. He's been a big money burner so far this season on the road here against the Nationals at $1.50. Total 9.5. And I'm showing this one trending under here as I'm showing 9.5 under 15 right now. Definitely saw some 9s, and now there's some buybacks. Team came in on the over.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the over here too. I know the Nationals, have had trouble scoring, right? But now they're winners of their last 7 of 10 games here. And they've put up 28 runs over their last 5. So suddenly these bats here are the ones that are heating up here a little bit. So yeah, I like the over here still on this one. Like you said, I know that you got a little bit of buyback here on this one. But today I'm going to go over here.
Yeah, I wish it was maybe that 9 that was out there before the steam came in, pushed it up to 9.5. The Sharps are definitely, to me, looks like they favor the over here as well. 9.5 does kind of trouble me, so I'm going to take the Nationals, and why not? I mean, these Mets are just atrocious as far as I don't want them as a favorite, especially with Peterson. He's been lighting money on fire all season so far.
Right.
And Corbin, well, we make fun of Corbin, but he's kept them in a lot of games so far here. And now we're getting some big time chat here from this one. Looks like baseball's.
Like you said, how is Peterson priced at 155?
It's right. JD says he's been horrible bionic on the Nats. Hello to Darren. Curtis says the Dodgers. Yeah, what can you say? They're a bummer. Also a bummer, Mindy. Clayton Kershaw, just a day before Mother's Day, loses his mother. He will take his next start and then may take his bereavement after that, as they probably have services, but word came down that Kershaw's mother had passed away on Saturday. Bummer to see there. We saw the pink bats yesterday. Yesterday in the games.
Saw some home runs with some pink bats. That's right.
Yeah, and I thought that really neat interview there. It was a taped interview, but they had the Cardinals player Nutbar with a shot with his mom, surprising him on the interview was really nice. Hello to Gerardo. JD. There it is. I see what you're saying now, Mindy. Priced at $1.55. A little bit of Mets bias. The Nats. You mentioned it, how well they're playing right now, Mindy. For a team that not expected to do a whole lot this season, but
Sure.
they certainly are playing their best ball. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not horrible. So here's the Nats over for Blake Luis. Nats first 5. Miles is on the Nats run line. So is Verley. So is Darren. Everybody liking the Nats here
Right.
at this price. The Mets are a great team to fade, it seems like right now. I'll take the Nationals on the run line. Mindy will take the over. Everyone's ready for baseball. All right, the Angels and Shohei Ohtani done pretty well, but so is Grayson Rodriguez. A nice surprise here from Rodriguez. Definitely been a profitable pitcher if you backed him so far, but still going up against Shohei, and he's had some interesting results, as I've mentioned. They've let him down a little bit, and well, I mean, he is awesome to watch. Does he lose focus sometimes? Is that kind of what happens a little bit, especially when he's in the batting order and things like that? So let's take a look here with Ohtani at $1.30 and the total 8 under 20 now. Just a slight tick to the over, maybe. Steam was on the under, but maybe it's bouncing back here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the deal is here with Ohtani and him not getting the run support. Maybe it's one of those that the team kind of lets down a little bit, saying, "Hey, he's on the mound. We know he's going to be stout," but then they just don't come through, with the bat. So we know this Orioles bullpen is pretty good here as well. I think this is going to be a good, tough, matchup. And so far statistically, when teams are at minus 130, like 31 to 139, in the month of May, they haven't been doing so hot. But for me, I still got to go ahead and I got to stick with Ohtani here today. I just think they're a better team right now, than the Orioles, only because they're scoring more runs and they're actually holding teams down on the defensive side here as well. So I'm still going to go ahead. I have some questions about it. It's not my favorite play. I still think that the Angels come through with Ohtani today.
Okay, Mindy, you'll take those Angels. Decent price here, $1.30. Want to say hello and welcome to GG Virgil. I don't know if he's asking about this game as the under safe or another of that previous game, but I just want to say hello and welcome to definitely a new viewer here, GG Virgil, and poker legend Tuan Lee joining us today.
Right.
I'll just call him that. But said Celtics minus 16.5 plus 800, baby, cash it. All right, good job, Tuan. All right. Gerardo here on the Angels with you, Mindy. I don't know. I might be going the other way, Bionic, on the Orioles here in this one. So one thing I'm going to be, though, is on the over here, I do believe.
So Ramon does not think that the under is safe in this one.
Well, if that's the question about
right,
this.
if that is the question.
Yeah. I'm going to take the over in this one. At 8. There were some 7.5s out there early, but I'll still grab the over here with the Angels and Orioles. All right, just got a little bit of late word on this one. In fact, I don't even know if this one is on the
board yet.
Right on the board, yeah. Maybe I could take a look here. No, we're not really seeing it pop up at all yet. So this one's going to be a little bit tough, Mindy, if you want to make a. I'm showing Johnny Brito. I think most agree. It looks like Johnny Brito will be the starter today, but I don't know if there's any full confirmation of that. but they are on the road here against Manoah. And that price that I have there is just maybe a loose overnight price that I saw. I don't think it's outrageous to think that they might be a fit. I don't know, $1.65 does seem a bit high here, but Blue Jays are at home. So, what can you give us here on this one, if anything?
Well, I mean, I'll probably go with the Jays here. Just swept the Braves. Burrito's been maybe, I don't know, inconsistent at best. This Toronto Blue Jays team has tons of quality starts out there. Perhaps Manoah gets another one. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Blue Jays here today.
Okay, Brito, if he is the pitcher, he has an ERA over 5 on the road, and Manoah has also been pretty shaky over his last 5 games, a ERA close to 6. So definitely seeing a little bit shaky on both these pitchers. Luis will take the over in this one. Doesn't seem like a horrible idea given what's going on. The Yankees have gone over in 9 of their last 10. The Blue Jays have gone over in 8 of their last 12 games. So definitely seeing plenty of offense. And I don't disagree with you, Minnie. And maybe that price is going to be wrong. Maybe it'll be lower, and that might be a little bit more attractive to Blue Jays supporters here. Thank you, Thomas. He says, like and comment, smash that like. Jays and over for Bionic. I'll take the over here in this one with the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Mindy takes the Blue Jays, and I'm not even sure about that line. I would think if Burrito's in there, it might be $1.40. So we'll see. Definitely haven't seen anything yet. The send-out was $1.55. A couple of offshores opened at 165 and then had it off the board. Nobody, anybody got a book out there with the game on the board? Please let me know right now if you see a line that is able to be bet in. I will accept it right now as long as you feel confident it is something on the board. You can even comment in the next game. I'm interested in seeing if a line period on this game. Let me know what's going on out there if you got a book with a line on this game. All right. The Mariners are going to take on the Red Sox. Seems like a pretty good series here.
Yeah, I think so.
Kirby against Houck in this one, and maybe the Mariners are going to be a favorite here on the road at about $1.15 right now. And this total, it says 10 under 15 here. The steam came on the over, and right now it's 10 over 15 is a slight favorite right now. The over slightly favored in what appears to be a pick'em game, close to a pick'em anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a game where. I mean, to me, I think maybe the Red Sox will struggle a little bit. They're the ones that, they haven't been playing all that well. They're the ones that aren't, hitting with the bat suddenly. And now their bullpen seems to struggle a little bit. Then they get up here against Kirby, who's been arguably Seattle's best, pitcher here this season. And again, this Mariners team tends to just find ways to win. They were winners of their last 5 of 7. Scored 21 runs over their last 4 games here. I think Seattle's going to go ahead and get the money here today. I'll take them on the money line.
I'm on them, Mindy. I think Seattle wins this one. GG Virgil asks, is Kirby overrated? I don't think he is, because I just don't think enough people are, taking note at this point. And I don't think that he's going to be a guy who's going to be, out there with a sub 3 ERA or anything. I just think he's in a decent groove right now. Bionic on the Mariners here as well. JD says Kirby has been fire. Interestingly, even though you see, his numbers, his ERA just barely over 2 in his last 5 starts, and he's 4-1, but he did start pretty shaky. In fact, if you bet on Kirby every game, you're a little bit down, actually. So, hello to Joel Costa here. He will take Seattle. Thank you, guys, for that. very close then to what I had up there. If FanDuel has a live wager. So don't disagree with Mindy on that one. I just think that price is too high. Talking about back on that Toronto game. Seattle, Mindy, very hot right now. They've won 9 of their last 13 games. Who saw this coming for the Mariners? Good job. Houck, 6.5 ERA in his last 3 starts, and now the Red Sox have lost 5 of 6. I had the Cardinals last night as a premium selection. So I'm going to go with the Mariners here. Well, I knew the price was going to come, this. I mean, all the overnights were there. I think people are kind of on to this situation. How he gets run support. He's definitely won some games, for their 5-2. Imagine that with his numbers,
with a 5-year.
The way he's trending right now, poorly, but they've won 5 out of his 7 starts. Burley's on Seattle as well. So, all right, Mindy, we got there's our consensus play. We're on Seattle. All right, another one having real. Oh, I think I have a line now. Let me update that, and let me update the pitcher. So, maybe Reagan's will even be an opener here. The sites are listing Bradford now, I believe, as the starter. Been excellent in AAA. Real strong numbers so far for Bradford. Braves are going to be favored, of course. They're about $1.35. And the total here is 9 over 20. This one really has just started to come out over the last, another one where we had kind of a late move here. Like I said, I had Reagan's up there because I thought maybe he'd be an opener because, he's a guy who's pitched like, 10, 12, 13 games or something with just, averaging, maybe just over an inning per appearance. So not sure what's going on now, but maybe it is going to be Bradford starting, who had good AAA numbers.
Well, I mean, I think the Braves are maybe in a little bit of trouble here, dropping this road series, and suddenly it looks like the bullpen is having a little bit of issues. I think that's kind of problematic there a little bit. You got a Rangers team that just hits up and down the lineup. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rangers here today. Basically just based off of the bats here today.
Okay, Minnie will take these Rangers at home here against the Braves. And Bionic is going to be on the Braves. However, hello to Solo here today. Welcome to have you. Yeah, as always. Morton, he's been pretty solid. 3 ERA in his last 4 starts. I don't know. It does trouble me a little bit because I thought this was the spot of Dunning, but basically it seemed like 3 pitchers now. So that does bother me a little bit. Like the Rangers are having, questions, if you will. So I'll stick to the over in this one. Maybe in this situation, if the Morton's been pretty solid, Ranger bats, looking pretty good of late. I'll take the over here. Scheme probably needs further investigation, but we got to make a pick here on the show. That's what we do.
This is all we got right now.
Morning steam. So it looks like not many people are willing to take a stand either in the chat.
Yeah.
So we'll cut you some slack on that. Cut you some slack in the chat because we're trying to find out more information on this game. All right. Now the Chicago Cubs are going to go on the road to take on Houston this week, and the Cubs, big underdog, of course, here to the Astros. I'm showing $1.80 now as maybe the little bit of action coming in on the Cubs. I don't know how. I mean, Jameson Tyone they've lost every game he's started so far here, and Framber Valdez, maybe he's starting to round into form a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. He's, the best player on my fantasy team here thus far. And the Twins just annihilated the Cubs. I mean, I didn't really see the Twins suddenly breaking out for 11 runs and then 16 in the next, but they did it. And now you suddenly have to go up against Valdez. I mean, I think it's going to be tough for the Cubs here. I'll go ahead and take the Astros today here. I know he's sitting, about 185. I'll still take him there on that.
Money line for Mindy?
Yep, take the money line.
All right, Mindy on the money line here with the Astros in this one. Does feel like a big price, but Tyone, man, this has been bad news. Let's see what's going on here in this one. Miles, let's see. Cubs always make a comeback, Virgil says. Blake says Astros on the run line here in this one. Here's Bionic with the Astros in this one. And I'm going to take the over 8 runs. At even money, I'll go over here with the Cubs and the Astros today. Steam came in on the over, and it hasn't really moved too much. So Miles on Houston here today. Oh, here comes plenty more. Miles on Houston, there it is. And Darren on the Astros. And Shannon Moore here today. Hello to Shannon. All right, Mindy will take the Astros, and I'm on the over in this one. And so is Verley. And so is Solo. And so is Joel Costa.
Right.
Oh, boy. Over it is. It's nearly a consensus. All right. The Cincinnati Reds going to take on the Colorado Rockies in Denver. And they're going to be a road favorite here with Hunter Green minus $1.20. The total 11.5, under 20. Connor Siebold here for Colorado.
Yeah, I saw, Feltner take a hit. That wasn't very good. Hopefully he's going to be okay moving,
He
forward.
sat up, right? He sat up and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe it was those crummy uniforms that they wear, the green.
Right.
But that was scary, man. Right in the noggin.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and I feel like the Reds are maybe a little bit hotter team right now. 4-1 in their last 5. Rockies, 6-13, at home. I just think that the Reds here are the hotter team. That's how I'm going to go here today in this one.
All right, Mindy will take the Reds here. Man, I want to. Green's been, he's hot and cold, obviously, and it definitely has not been a profitable pitcher so far, but maybe a question of run support here with Green. So, man, does feel like the right spot for him. Steam came in on the under here, and that's the way I'm going to go. Mindy on the Reds here with Green. I just don't know about this price. Oh, man. Gosh, I just don't know. I don't know if I trust him as a road favorite here. Siebold's gotten the money for sure so far with the Rockies. I'll take the under. Mindy on the Reds. I'm on the under here. You guys, what are you up to? Here's Steve on Cincinnati. Solo says he wants the over here. Bionic on the Reds. Luis on the Reds. Miles on the Rockies. So, yeah, mixed bag on side and total for everybody. We're all out there. Hello to Matt D. and hello to Michael Thompson. Michael says take Cincinnati on the money line. Matt says it's a toss-up.
Yeah, Ramon, we still had the Brewers Cardinals too. I didn't know if we missed that one or if it's coming up later.
Thank you. No, I think I have actually missed that one, and I do.
Well, that's only I think because we had more to be determined pitchers.
Well, no excuse.
Just before we go too far, I know we
Yeah.
pass that one up in the order of
Well,
time.
you know what? Actually, you are right about maybe because I was trying to, as I was kind of doing the entry of I was like, which games am I missing here because of because when you look at a book, sometimes it's
Yeah, they don't have
missing.
the line out, and
Right, so you go right by it, but I don't know why I did that. So I've got the Brewers, a slight road favorite. I'm going to list them at 115. I think you get the sharp books maybe $1.10. The total here is 8.5 under 20 with it's Brewers and the Cardinals. I mean, you know what this is? This is the beer match. This is the beer matchup.
Well, I'm going to go with the beer team. I'm going to take the Brewers here. I think both of these offenses have been, similar. With the bats offensively, I think starting pitching has been the difference here. We all saw, what Arenado did yesterday, just suddenly kind of catching on fire here. But I think I think Peralta here is the better starter than Flaherty today.
All right, Mindy will take the Brewers here on the road against the Cardinals in this one. And I like the pitching matchup today with these two. The steam did come in on that over, man, 8.5 under 20. That's where I'm going to be headed. I'm going to take the under in this one with the Brewers and the Cardinals at 8.5 for sure. I like that. And sorry if I messed up there and got the chat thinking one thing. And want to say hello to Danilo Ferrer. Danilo Ferrer, nice to have you here with us.
Says Reds win.
Yeah, yep. I missed that, but just do want to shout out there. So, all right, Angel wants the Brewers here on the run line. Man, look at these tennis scores coming in. Alcaraz loses. Man, I'm good. No wonder I backed off some of the tennis action here. Here's Angel on the Brewers today. Thomas, see, we're talking Brewers and Cardinals, and he's talking Coors. So I don't know. That's not the answer I was looking for. When I said beer man, Mindy said, right, which one you're going to take. And of course,
I guess what do you have to take if you're in Wisconsin? Trying to think what's their, are they I mean, what beer are they famous for?
Well, I think when you think of they're like
I feel like I got to
Miller
Google it.
Miller High Life, I think the Miller brands
are they like hams or something? Oh yeah, the New Glarus. I've had that one, like the spotted cows. Those are good.
Okay. Well, I think Miller is, the Miller brands are Milwaukee. Anheuser-Busch is St. Louis. And
it's Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah, PBR.
But there's like 112 rows. Goodness. Okay. There's a bunch. There's way more than I thought. I mean, I knew that they were, big on the brews, but
are they typing those in the chat? Or are you looking those up?
I'm looking them up.
Okay.
Because I'm interested now. I mean, I've been to the Budweiser one in St. Louis. I've been to that brewery. I got to drink all of the Bacardis and stuff. I thought that was pretty good.
Well, being from microbrews are so big.
Like they have Lucette. I mean, like there's just so many small ones. I was looking for some of the bigger ones. Pabst Brewery looks like one of the bigger ones. All right, I didn't mean to get a sidetrack there.
No, no problem. I'm looking at some of the chat here. Michael Thompson on Milwaukee, Luis Venegas on the Brewers, and a Nerfy for Shannon. It looks like in this game, Danilo, a new commenter, as I said, welcome, and he comes right in right away. He says under in that Brewers game. I'm with you. Milwaukee first 5 for Steve. And Verley says Milwaukee first 5. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind that necessarily. And Angel's already on the hard stuff. Okay.
Right. I mean, Grey Goose is by far superior to any others. I feel.
All right. Now, looks like more comments on beer than games here, but I'll take
Right.
Milwaukee for Mindy, and I will be on the under here in this one. All right. Okay, the Diamondbacks can take on. Here's Rasinski. I guess he'll start today. They couldn't make up their
Right.
mind, so he'll come in today and be the starter. It looks like here for the A's, going up here against Merrill Kelly. So big favorite here, $2 favorite on the road. The total is 9.
Yeah, I'm going to go over the total. I thought the Diamondbacks would perform a little bit better yesterday. They were only able to produce a couple runs, but still got the victory there over the Giants. It was a good game. I watched it. I liked it. But yeah, I mean, I just expected a lot more runs in that one. And I kind of see it kind of going that way here again today. You know, Oakland's pitchers have just kind of really had trouble just, putting these batters away. I mean, their strikeout percentages are like barely over 10. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here today.
All right, Mindy, going to go over 9. I mean, if you looked at the two teams that we're going to go over today, there'd probably be these two teams. Definitely been involved in a lot of the A's. We know they've given it up pretty much big time. Rusinski, they've lost all 3 of his starts this season. This is that's a high number. Yeah, Arizona's playing well. The A's are terrible. I've had some success. I've been able to pin down the A's a little bit. Looks like big comments here on this. Is it this game they're talking about? Everybody wants the Diamondback. The fade train is on. Let's just say, Mindy, when it comes to the Oakland Athletics right now, I think a lot of people are willing to just bet against Oakland every game. And Angel says Diamondbacks on the run line. Bionic Diamondbacks on fire. Big meet here today. Angel says it's too easy. But Hill says take Oakland. But he says it's a shot in the dark. So that's not a good handicap. But if anything, I'm teasing Angel a little bit. I mean, we know he likes dogs. And, if you're taking price plays, I mean, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to take the A's on the run line. What's the price here? Am I getting plus money with it at least? Plus $1.10, maybe $1.05. Verley's on the over with you, Mindy. And Luis Diamondbacks run line. And Angel, you said it. Because I had the said that Giant series was tough. I have the Giants though, and the Diamondbacks end up getting that walk off.
Yeah.
James Edward under big meat Diamondbacks, and says Angel cautioning about the bullpen usage there. Doesn't want the Diamondbacks now. I just don't like the price. That's all. Mindy on the over here. Michael Thompson says lay the run line. Solo says over in the game. Agreeing with Mindy. All right. Mindy's on the over. I'm on the Athletics on the run line here. All right, Mindy.
All right.
Well, I don't know if it's fair because, I have to.
Fair.
But it feels like
you are the expert on both teams, so I think it should be fair.
It feels like a toss-up to me. I mean, the Padres are absolutely disgusting right now, and they're a joke. So there's no reason they should be a $2 favorite other than their $3 trillion payroll. Here, another disappointing performance. The Dodgers are getting away from the Padres at this point. The Dodgers are getting away from almost everybody. So I don't know, what's the lead now? 7 or 8 games on them. And the Dodgers have pulled away from the group. So, anyways, Mindy, I don't trust the Padres here as a $2 favorite at all. This game should be a pick'em. I'm kidding, of course, but I'm just disgusted.
Yeah, I mean, the Padres just can't hit, right? I mean, like, if they get runners on, they can't get them in. I should have looked up what their left on base, numbers
Don't do it.
look like, right? Maybe I will in secret after this. But I mean, I think this one might come down to the wire. I think this is a walk-off game, right? I mean, I think it's going to be a toss-up on who wins this one. I'm going to go under the total. I do think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think Watkins will be fine. You got, Keller, 2.9 ERA. Both of these guys need to keep the walks down, in order for me to get that under. But again, I'm not too worried when I have a Padres team that can't hit anyone in. So I'm going to go under the total here.
Well, maybe I'm on tilt. I'll take the Royals on the run line here. Angel says he's got a 5-unit play on the Padres. Maybe the Royals are, just what the Padres needed. But the Padres are not a team that plays poor teams well. They play to the level of their competition. Obviously didn't do it against the Dodgers, but in general, it feels like when they play bad teams, they are not motivated. They can't get excited. They've got money falling out of their pocket. You remember when the guy slid into
falling out of their pockets?
Right,
they should run around the bases with dollar bills.
Remember the guy last year slid into third and his cell phone fell out? Well, that's kind of like the that money weighing them down, weighing down their asses. It's a real. Maybe I read too much Padres Twitter and it just continues. And I had said in jest, because you talk about I tweeted out, I said, oh, maybe the Padres should pay their hitting coaches more money. And someone responded in the comments, no, they need to go out and hire better batting coaches and pay them more. So I don't think they got the joke. But the Padres have, a hitting coach, 2 assistant hitting coaches, a offensive coordinator, and they, what do these people do? So Solo says to lay a run line with the Royals here. Wow, that's going to be awesome. I mean, when I didn't look at that price, but I'd be. What is it? Oh, just plus 275. I'll do that. Bionic Royals run line here. Burley Royals run line. Joel Costa, Padres run line. Look, it should be a mismatch, but the Padres are just terrible. Here's Matt says he'll take the Padres in a parlay somewhere. James Edwards says KC money line. Hello to James today. Luis, Padres run line and over. Virgil is with you, Mindy says take the under. And FKD says the Padres always let them down.
I thought you said FKD. Like, I get it. It took me a while.
All right. Anything else? Angel says, yeah. Walker, like I said, Walker gets a bad rap, but has been profitable actually for the Padres. One of the few Padre pitchers it is. Keller also, Mindy, profitable. All right. Yeah, we saw the Phillies kind of getting into it. Yeah, yesterday, no doubt. All right. Mindy's on the under. I'm on the Royals run line here. We're not clicking necessarily with our picks today, but that's okay. We won
3 out of our 4 yesterday. So yeah,
it's important.
It's quality over quantity. I think they tell us that in the chat all the time, right?
Yeah. All right, here's the Phillies and Falter. He did not get in the head, hit in the head the other day. That was Feltner.
Right.
Going up against Wood, and So good to see Wood out there. He's a favorite here in this one. $1.15. Let's see. Yeah, about $1.15. Now this total is starting to get a little bit out of control. I'm showing 8.5 over 30 now at some spots, maybe over 25, but that's a pretty big push. The steam came in on the over, so Phillies and Giants.
Well, I mean, I see, Faulkner here with the 5.91 ERA on the road versus Alex Wood with the 0 ERA here at home. Now, he's only pitched one game at home, but still hasn't given up any runs. I always like that with my, pitchers. He's also one of those that hasn't been giving up any, home runs really under 400 on base percentage. Overall versus this Phillies team lifetime. I'm going to go ahead and go with Alex Wood today. I'm going to take the Giants here on the money line about minus 110, I think, something like that. I think it's pretty close, evenly matched here for the most part. But yeah, it's one of those, like, the Phillies, I think, are hitting a little bit better now, but it's not much. It's like a 236 compared to a 246. I don't really think that's enough to tip the scales for me today with the bats. I'm going pitching. I'm going to go with Wood.
Okay. Mindy going to take Wood here with the Giants. He hasn't pitched in a month. He's coming off an injury, not an arm. I think he had a what was he doing? He was trying to field a bunt or something. I'm trying to remember now, but he has missed time with an injury, so he's back. I mean, he's fine here. See what the chat has to say in this one. I think it looks like a pretty decent price for sure. I'm not sure I can get off the Giants in this one. Let's see here. Angel, I guess he likes Wood. He likes Wood in this one. And James Edwards on the Giants. James Edward is on the Giants, I should say. And Luis is on the Giants as well. Matt, Giants. Michael Thompson, Giants. Bionic, Giants. Can I possibly get on the Giants here with you? I like them a lot, man. Let's see here. Verley here. Boy, I'm going to take them with you.
All right.
Yeah.
Get ourselves a 3-pack at least.
Okay. Oh, is it 3 now?
Yeah. We got the Kraken.
Oh, okay. God, you're right.
We got the Mariners. We got the Giants. Sounds like wins. 1, 2, 3.
I'm a little worried because the Sharps are going to be on Philly here, but I've got to fade him in this one. I mean, Falter's been pretty bad. I mean, what is it? A 7.5 ERA in his last 5 starts. They've lost them all. He's 0-5 in his last 5 starts. Phillies have been playing well. They've won 5 of 6, and the Giants have lost 6 of 8. So maybe that's what the Sharps are thinking a little bit. But I'm going to take the Giants with you.
All right. Let's do it. We got it.
Shannon says the over. Danilo on the over as well. All right. Well, here's those Dodgers. They are favored. Only $1.15 here. I mean, because the Twins are hot. Hey, World Series preview, anybody? Dodgers and the Twins in this one. Mindy, the Twins. Dodgers $1.15, 8.5 over 20.
Yeah, I mean, this one's a little bit, scary. It's one I don't love the Twins. They're like 10 for 34 historically here versus Syndergaard. But gosh, I feel like I can't trust Syndergaard really at all. But I do like the Dodgers bullpen. They're 5-0 in their last, 5 save attempts here. The Dodgers are still hitting the ball. But gosh, I just have Syndergaard staring me in the face. And I just don't think I can do it. I'm going to take the Twins here. On the road, especially I don't have Vegas giving me any, extra additional safety with, only having the Dodgers here being a minus 115. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Twins today.
Yeah, it doesn't feel. It's tough because I like the Twins in this game. I just would think that we could get a better price. Maybe the respect is there because the Twins winning 4 out of their last 5 games. Dodgers are super hot, so I'm going to take the Twins with you. I wish.
All right.
I don't like this price. I really was excited when I looked at the schedule and then I saw the lines and I'm like, well, I mean, don't they know the Dodgers are just blowing up here all of a sudden? And sure, the Twins have looked pretty good with that offense. I'll take them with you here because
right.
I don't. Dodgers for solo. Here, you guys got some great comments today. Virgil on the Twins money line, Bionic, Dodgers money. It's going to be a big split here, it looks like. Angel says Twins are his second official play. Thank you to Nathan today. He's got all the fish teams going on here. James Edward, thank you today. Mims is here saying the Rays don't play. Got to give them a day off. Luis on the Twins. And Corday here today on the Twins. Steve, Minnesota first 5. A lot of support for Minnesota here.
More than I thought, right? So that's good.
Yeah, well, but again, I just felt like, man, Shannon Moore here on the Twins run line. Curtis says LA's a lock, people. Let's get the clue here.
Right.
Nat says LA has owned them recently, but when did they?
It's just Syndergaard.
When did they play?
Okay,
we'll get the plays up there. Mindy's already typed them in. The show is almost over.
Right.
And let's take a look at what we have today with our packs here. 3-pack, 4-pack, 3-pack in baseball and a best bet in hockey. It sounds
That's
like.
Right. We like it.
So let's pop them up there from Mindy. She says, we've got Mariners on the money line, Giants on the money line, Twins on the money line. Okay. And we've got the Kraken on the puck line. Those are our 4 plays after a 3-1 day yesterday.
Right. We can do it. 4-0 today.
All right. Don't forget about our website, tonyspicks.com. You'll find our premium picks over there. Those are absolutely our best picks every day over at tonyspicks.com. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20% off our premium pick packages. Mindy and I'll have packages for
right
you
now
as well. Yeah, click on the All Cappers tab and find the handicapper of your choice. And we're on top, Mindy. We're on top today. Morning Steam Team. Remember, if you ever missed the show and you still want to get the picks, you can look at our numbers there. We're up 569 over the last 7 days with some pretty good run. Hockey's been our best sport this year, so we do have that Kraken game. But if you missed the show and you want to still get the picks from the show, you can subscribe to them. Look, the picks are free here on the show. We're going to give them out every day on the Morning Steam. You don't have to pay. You just have to watch. You don't even have to watch the whole thing, obviously. You guys know how to.
Right. You can come in the end. There you go.
Right. So that's one way. But know this. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We have no show. But Mindy and I are going to send a few texts with each other, and we will have selections for our subscribers that do pick up these packages.
Yeah, it goes the same way, right? I go ahead and I make all of my picks. I send them over to Ramon, and once he agrees on, those are our plays. So same concept. We don't ever, discuss what we're going to do ahead of time. We like the show to be fun and spontaneous, and hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah, and there'll be plays. I mean, we're not going to, have you subscribe, and we won't. I mean, maybe it could be a 0, but it probably even on a day like today where we didn't seem to click, we had 4. So if you want some plays tomorrow from Mindy and I, just pick up one of these packages: a 3 days 99, 7 days 179. But use that promo code, and just know that you're helping Mindy and I out when you do that. We get the proceed, the commissions on that. So we do appreciate everyone who has picked up those packages. So let's see if there's any more comment. Thank you, Virgil. That's great because we love it having you here. And Thomas, thank you as always. Howard, hello. Just got here. That's okay. And Thomas saying, what time does that go? Okay.
Yeah, so me and Ramon, we do it privately, and so make sure you guys watch Ramon and Tony tomorrow. I'm, the lazy one. I take the day off, but Ramon and Tony will be on, and so before Ramon does his show at 2 p.m. Central Time, I mean noon Ramon's time, we go ahead and finalize our plays, and we put them up on the site. And then after that, Ramon will do his full-length show tomorrow with Tony on Game Day Picks.
Don't let Mindy fool you. She's working as hard as anybody here on the site, if not the hardest here outside of Tony, of course, and myself. Mindy doing a great job. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back with more Morning Steam tomorrow with more winners. And of course, we're going to get underway in the NBA Conference Finals. We'll be here tomorrow to discuss it and get rolling with who's going to go to the NBA Finals. And we'll know more about the NHL too after tonight.
That's right.
Appreciate everyone for joining us. And Brent, if you're out there, man, we don't want you to leave us. Wanted to make that clear. I hope he's not disappointed because we're on a little bit of a hot streak, Mindy. So I don't know if it's, Brent brought us a lot of great information. Maybe, he's just taking time off for baseball, whatever it is. I just want to let him know that we appreciate him. That's why I decided, wanted to shout him out in case he's having any, regrets or disappointed in us or anything. I hope not. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.